Now that we have talked about the inquiry, let's start with the next step. The next step is Walmart making a decision that they either like the inquiry, meaning they like the prices or the product delivery dates that HP has proposed, or they don't like it. If they like it, they would like to continue their discussion further with HP in terms of how they would like to proceed further. The next step to an inquiry from a customer's perspective is to ask for a formal quote. So what is a quote? The quotation process is going to look something like this. Walmart is going to call or get in touch with HP and say, all right, with respect to our inquiry number 110120, we would like to continue further and want to ask you for a formal quote. What is a quote? A quote is very similar to an inquiry. It almost has the same set of details. From HP's perspective, the seller, a quote is almost similar. So it has a customer, Walmart, and of course products, right? Desktop, laptop, the quantities, prices, that's a quote. So why are they doing it again? If everything is similar between a quote and an inquiry, what's the point in trying to do it again? The difference between the two, there are a couple of differences between the two, inquiry and quotation. An inquiry is very informal, meaning, yeah, it's like this. You go shopping around for cars, you go visit 10 different dealerships, you're not really sure which car you want. Maybe through the course of doing all these inquiries with different vendors, you find out that you might need a particular model of the car, say a Honda CR-V. Now you start to focus more and get quotes for Honda CR-V from the different dealers that you have visited. What's the difference? The difference is, in an inquiry, well, it's more informal, so HP does not need to stick to its terms or prices or deliverables. An inquiry has been made, we promised $500 per piece here, and if Walmart comes back 10 days from now and says, I need the product, HP is not legally bound to deliver them at that price. But a quotation, on the other hand, is more formal, which means the terms and conditions, including prices, quantities, and deliverables, need to be adhered to legally, meaning it's more or less a formal legal quote, whereas this one was more informal. No terms, no promises. All right. A third difference is an inquiry, like I said, is more informal, so it doesn't have a set of dates within which it's valid. It's informal anyway. A quotation, on the other hand, has a set of dates within which it's valid. If you want to take an example, let's continue the same car search. You're searching for cars and you found a car. You would like to get a quote on it. Let's say the dealer has quoted $25,000. It's not going to be valid forever, right? It's going to be valid for, say, 2 weeks or a week at most. So these set of dates within which that quotation is valid is called as validity dates. All quotations typically have a validity date. So the from date and the to date are called the validity dates. There are some more differences between an inquiry and a quotation, but let's not go there at this point. Okay, so let's summarize what we have learned here. We have started with an inquiry and HP has generated this inquiry, sent it to Walmart, number 110120. Walmart likes the inquiry and then requests for a quotation with reference to the original inquiry. And we have learned that a quotation is very similar to an inquiry. It has quantities, it has prices, it has the customer and different line items. And we have gone through the differences between a quotation and an inquiry. We have talked about one is a formal, other is an informal. We have talked about terms and conditions, and we have talked about validity dates. In the next chapter, we're going to see how to create this in the system in SAP and see how they look like.